Good morning. I'm Gary DeWaal, and this is Bridging the Week for March 13th to 17th, and today is March 20th, 2017. Last Tuesday, President Donald Trump nominated J. Christopher Giancarlo to serve as chairman of the Commodity Futures Trading Commission. On Wednesday, the chairman nominee addressed an industry crowd at the annual conference of FIA in Boca Raton, Florida, and promised tough love to come. Freer markets, but assertive and aggressive enforcement. I was at the FIA Boca conference last week, where it was unseasonably cold. So it was unreasonably cold too. So I'm able to warm up in the final days of winter, surrounded by snow here in New York City. Let's get started. In a speech last week before an assembly of industry executives at FIA's annual Boca Raton conference, J. Christopher Giancarlo, nominee to be chairman of the Commodity Futures Trading Commission, promised to do his part to help reduce, quote, regulatory burdens and flawed rules, end of quote, to enhance U.S. financial markets and right-size the agency's regulatory footprint. He promised to accomplish this by reducing regulatory burdens, improving market intelligence, assessing whether bank regulators have caused too much capital to be taken out of financial markets, and fixing, quote-unquote, flawed swap trading rules, among other measures. Mr. Giancarlo has served as acting chairman of the CFTC since January 20th. He was nominated to be permanent chairman of the commission last week by President Donald Trump. During his speech, Mr. Giancarlo announced the launch of what he termed Project KISS. Keep it simple, stupid. This project will review all current CFTC rules with an eye not necessarily to repeal or rewrite them, but to apply them, quote, in ways that are simpler, less burdensome, and less of a drag on the American economy, end of quote. Additionally, Mr. Giancarlo indicated that he planned to administer the CFTC as efficiently as possible, to, quote, run a tighter ship operationally, end of quote. He also promised to regulate, quote unquote, smarter. No date has yet been scheduled for the commencement of Mr. Giancarlo's nomination hearings before the Committee on Agriculture, Nutrition, and Forestry of the United States Senate. When Mr. Giancarlo spoke before FIA last week, the audience could feel a palpable fresh breeze of enthusiasm and new ideas. He deferentially paid homage to his predecessors, Gary Gensler and Timothy Massad, noting how seamless his transition was. One 50-ish bald guy replacing two other 50-ish bald guys. Oh, by the way, look at me. He also humbly expressed amazement at his nomination, noting the pride his immigrant grandparents would feel if still alive. And he listed a number of immediate plans and objectives, most, if not all, of which seemed quite smart. That being said, I raised some specific thoughts on two of the chairman nominees' proposals on the article version of Bridging the Week on the website. Check them out. Zhongtai International Securities Limited was fined 2.6 million Hong Kong dollars, or approximately 335,000 US dollars, for not having appropriate internal procedures to detect and report deposits to accounts made by third parties. According to SFC, between January 2013 and December 2014, Zhongtai processed more than 300 third-party deposits when the source of the deposits could not be verified as required by SFC rules. 2 weeks ago, the SFC fined Guangdong Securities 3 million Hong Kong dollars, or approximately 386,000 US dollars, for also failing to comply with anti-money laundering requirements in connection with third-party payments. Last week, an officer of Guangdong Securities, Wang Xing, was suspended from being licensed as a representative or serving as an executive at an SFC-registered institution for 9 months for his role in the firm's breach. The Hong Kong Securities Futures Commission also fined DBS Vickers Hong Kong Limited 2 million Hong Kong dollars, or approximately 257,000 US dollars, for not segregating customer funds and having adequate internal controls as required by its rules. According to SFC, from June 2013 through September 2015, DBS effectively used segregated monies of some clients to meet settlement obligations of other clients without margin calls. This is because, in some cases, the firm withdrew its own money, deposited in segregated accounts before the settlement process or otherwise use some client funds to meet other clients' settlement obligations. Well, that's it for this week's edition of Bridging the Week. As always, there is more information in each article and more articles on the article version of Bridging the Week on the website. Check it out. I'm Gary DeWaal. Have a great week. And until the next edition of Bridging the Week, ciao. Oh, by the way, if you're in the Northern Hemisphere, enjoy the first day of spring coming up this week.